Name, surname, and age.
Zendaya Coleman, and I am 25.
Okay. Tom Holland, and I am 25.
Family situation.
I am a son to a married couple.
And I'm a daughter to a divorced one.
Okay.
I don't think that's what they meant.
I don't think that's what the question was.
But it's funny.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny.
Perfect.
Who is Zendaya? The star who grew into her power. Zendaya didn't just grow up in the spotlight, she evolved in it. From Disney Channel beginnings to award-winning performances, her journey is one of transformation, control, and quiet confidence. This video explores how she became one of the most respected and influential figures of her generation. Zendaya isn't just an actress. She's a performer, a producer, and a cultural force who moves with intention in everything she does. This video dives into her early rise, her breakthrough roles, and the discipline that turned her into a powerhouse in Hollywood. What does it take to transition from child star to serious artist? How do you stay grounded when fame hits early? And what happens when talent meets patience and perfect timing? From Euphoria to global blockbusters, Zendaya has proven she can carry both emotional depth and massive success on her shoulders. Is she simply a star of this generation? Or is she quietly becoming one of the greats? Today we explore the journey, growth, and impact of Zendaya, the artist who turned potential into power.
You're still living at home, right?
Yes.
And is that to save money or?
Well, I mean, hey, that's a perk. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But you know, for me, there are a lot more upsides than there are downsides because me and my parents, I feel like we have, you know, we've set boundaries. You know, we have territories. Once I hit 18, I was like, guys, you know, I need you to just give me a little, you know, little space, just so I can, you know, be a teenage, be grown a little bit. So they, you know, they respect my space, I respect their space. But at the end of the day, you know, like, I don't have to wake myself up. I got a free ride, you know what I mean, whenever I want. So, I mean, why would I want to give that up?
Yeah. When you say you don't have to wake yourself up, you don't have an alarm
My
clock?
mom calls me.
Your mother calls you to wake you
My
up?
mom calls me because she's up spinning anyway. So she calls me after her spin class. Is like, yo, get up, and I'm ready to go.
Wow.
It's great. It's great. We have a system.
Yeah, it sounds like a good system.
Zendaya stands out as one of the most influential and versatile performers of her generation. But her rise isn't just about fame, red carpets, or viral moments. It's a story built on discipline, adaptability, and a quiet but powerful commitment to growth. In a world that often rewards quick attention and fleeting trends, her journey raises a deeper question. What does it actually take to build a career that lasts, rather than one that simply shines for a moment? Born Zendaya Marie Stormer Coleman in 1996 in Oakland, California, she grew up in an environment that valued education, culture, and hard work. Her mother worked as a teacher, and her father had roots in the arts, which created a balanced foundation of structure and creativity. Oakland itself, with its rich history and strong community identity, played a role in shaping her grounded personality. Growing up, she wasn't surrounded by constant luxury or instant access to opportunity. Instead, she learned early that success requires effort, patience, and consistency. And that leads to a simple but important question. How often do strong foundations in childhood influence the trajectory of someone's entire life? Before becoming a major acting figure, Zendaya began her career in entertainment through dance and modeling. She appeared in commercials and worked as a backup dancer, including for major productions that exposed to professional performance environments at a young age. These early experiences didn't just give her visibility, they taught her how to carry herself in high-pressure settings, how to work within a team, and how to stay focused in competitive spaces. Her breakthrough came with Disney Channel's Shake It Up, where she co-starred as Rocky Blue. The show introduced her to a global audience and established her as a rising star among younger viewers. But even at that stage, there was something different about her approach. She wasn't just focused on being popular, she was observing, learning, and preparing for the next step. Many performers who start in youth-focused entertainment struggle to transition into more mature roles. So the real question becomes, how does someone evolve their image without losing their identity? Zendaya managed that transition with intention. Rather than rushing into any available opportunity, she began selecting roles that would challenge her and expand her range. This strategic approach became clear when she entered more dramatic and complex storytelling spaces. Her role as Rue in the HBO series Euphoria marked a turning point in her career. Rue is a deeply layered character dealing with addiction, mental health struggles, and personal identity. Portraying such a role requires emotional depth, vulnerability, and a willingness to explore difficult subject matter. Her performance in Euphoria was widely praised, not just for its intensity, but for its honesty. She brought a sense of realism that made the character feel relatable rather than distant. The role also earned her major awards recognition, including Emmy wins, making her one of the youngest performers to achieve such milestones. But beyond awards, the role demonstrated something more important: her ability to handle complex narratives with maturity and control. What makes a performance truly memorable? Is it technical skill alone, or is it the ability to make audiences feel something genuine? Zendaya's work suggests that emotional authenticity plays a critical role. She doesn't rely on exaggerated expression. Instead, she leans into subtlety, allowing small gestures and expressions to carry meaning. At the same time, Zendaya's involvement in major film franchises expanded her reach to global audiences. Her role as MJ in the modern Spider-Man films introduced her to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where she brought a unique personality to the character. Her version of MJ is intelligent, witty, and independent, offering a fresh interpretation that resonates with contemporary audiences. Working in large-scale productions like Marvel films requires adaptability. These environments involve complex sets, visual effects, and coordination between massive teams. So how does an actor maintain individuality within such a structured system? Zendaya's approach appears to be staying grounded in the character while trusting the collaborative process around her. Another major milestone in her career came with her role in Dune, a science fiction epic that demanded both emotional presence and a strong visual performance. Even though her screen time in the first installment was limited, her presence played a key role in setting up the story's emotional tone and narrative direction. Her character represents mystery, destiny, and connection, themes that align with the broader philosophical nature of the story. What's interesting is how Zendaya balances different genres without being confined to one identity. She moves between television drama, blockbuster films, and character-driven narratives with ease. That kind of range doesn't happen by accident. It requires conscious effort to avoid being typecast and a willingness to continuously challenge oneself. Beyond acting, Zendaya has also established herself as a fashion icon and cultural figure. Her style choices are often bold, thoughtful, and expressive, reflecting her personality and artistic sensibility. Fashion, in her case, becomes another form of storytelling. Through appearance and presentation, she communicates confidence, individuality, and creativity. But what does it mean to influence culture in today's world? Is it about following trends or about setting them? Zendaya seems to lean toward the latter. Her presence in fashion and media often feels intentional rather than reactive. She collaborates with designers, embraces diverse aesthetics, and uses her visibility to highlight creativity rather than conformity. Another defining aspect of her journey is her professionalism. People who have worked with her often highlight her preparation, focus, and respect for the craft. She approaches roles with seriousness, treating acting not just as a career, but as a discipline. That mindset reflects a traditional understanding of artistry, one where skill is developed through repetition, study, and commitment, rather than shortcuts. Zendaya has also used her platform to advocate for representation and inclusivity in the entertainment industry. She has spoken about the importance of diversity in storytelling and the need for more opportunities for underrepresented voices. This perspective aligns with a broader movement toward expanding the range of stories being told in film and television. Why does representation matter so much? Because stories shape perception. When people see themselves reflected on screen, it can influence confidence, identity, and aspiration. Zendaya's presence in major productions contributes to that visibility, helping to normalize diversity in leading roles. Her career also reflects a strong sense of balance. Despite being in the public eye, she maintains a relatively private personal life. She avoids excessive exposure and instead focuses on her work. In a time when constant visibility is often mistaken for relevance, her approach suggests a different philosophy, that substance matters more than noise. Another important element of her success is her ability to collaborate effectively. Whether working with directors, co-stars, or creative teams, she contributes to a shared vision rather than dominating the process. Film and television are collective efforts, and her willingness to operate within that structure enhances the final result. As her career continues to evolve, Zendaya has reached a stage where she can be selective about her projects. This level of control is significant. It allows her to choose roles that align with her artistic goals rather than simply accepting opportunities for visibility. That kind of agency is often the result of years of consistent performance and trust built within the industry. So what can be learned from her journey? One key takeaway is the importance of patience. Zendaya didn't rush her development. She moved step by step, building experience before taking on more demanding roles. Another takeaway is adaptability. She has shown the ability to transition between different genres, audiences, and formats without losing her identity. Her story also emphasizes discipline. Behind the scenes of every polished performance is preparation, rehearsal, and focus. Success at her level requires a commitment to continuous improvement, and perhaps most importantly, her journey highlights the value of authenticity. Rather than trying to fit a predefined mold, she has maintained a sense of individuality that sets her apart. In an industry that often encourages imitation, standing out requires confidence in one's own voice. So here's a question worth considering. In a world full of external pressures and expectations, how many people take the time to develop their own path instead of following the most visible one? Zendaya's career suggests that long-term success is built not on shortcuts, but on consistency, self-awareness, and a willingness to grow. She represents a modern example of what it means to evolve while staying true to oneself. And as her journey continues, one thing seems clear. Her influence is not just based on what she has already achieved, but on the way she approaches her craft, her choices, and her growth. That mindset is what transforms talent into legacy. Because at the end of the day, success that lasts is not about chasing attention. It's about building something meaningful over time, one step at a time, with intention and purpose.
Something in me that I will hope to do with my kids one day. But I remember a girl got bullied in my class when I was in fifth grade. And I remember being around when it happened. But I wasn't the one who was doing it. I just remember seeing it happen. Mm-hmm. And somehow my parents found out my dad worked at my school.
Oh, really?
Yes. I see my dad's head poke into my fifth grade class. He said, and I was like, oh man, all right. So I get in there and then my mom's there too. And I'm
Really?
like, why is my mom and my dad here to talk to me? And I got cussed out.
Really?
And the reason why, I was like, I didn't even say anything. I didn't even do it. And they're like, that's the point.
That's the point.
You didn't say anything. You don't see somebody, get bullied to just sit there and be a bystander. That's not what you do. That's not what we do. And I got cussed out.
Thanks for watching Who Media. We hope you had fun learning something new today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a story.
How old were you when your parents totally said, right, we're going to back you in your career?
No, I was pretty young. I'm super grateful because I had this dream and I wanted to go pursue it, and I had parents who were totally down to support that. And both my parents are teachers, so my dad at the time, he basically became like my stage dad, you know? I don't know how many people know California very well, but it was like an 8-hour drive from where I'm from to LA. So we would drive up and back during the week sometimes for auditions, callbacks, whatever, until it was actually quite quickly that I got my Disney show when I was a kid. So I got all the protection I needed, and then as I was growing, I got to do it nice and slow and nice and steady.
Yeah.